Thousands of protesters who are upset about the country's lockdown measures are marching through the streets of London right now. Kitty Logan following this all from our London bureau. And Kitty, boy, those scenes of crowds marching through Hyde Park right now are pretty impressive.
Yes, this is the largest protest of its kind in London so far since the restrictions began during the pandemic. And demonstrators are angry about the current lockdown, which has been in place in the country since January. We're seeing thousands gathering on the streets of London. And of course, large public gatherings of this nature are still banned because of the pandemic. And there were some scuffles with police who were then trying to stop this protest. Although I must say that some restrictions in the UK will be starting to ease over the next few weeks, beginning March 29th. And throughout April, there will be a slow reopening and lifting of those restrictions. And that's because around half of adults in the UK have now been vaccinated at least one time. And we're seeing the number of deaths here falling rapidly. Less than 100 fatalities due to COVID-19 announced today in the UK. So the lockdown restrictions have been working despite those visible frustrations we're seeing today amongst the public. But other European countries have got a lot more to worry about. They're now facing a third wave of coronavirus cases and new lockdowns being put into place in France and Italy, a big rise in cases in Germany too. And there's real problems with the vaccination programme in other European countries. It's much slower than here. But there are concerns here in the UK that the spike in cases that we're seeing in other European countries could come over here too once travel restrictions ease in summer. And many here in the UK, though, are still impatient and angry that this lockdown has been in place for so long. And that's what we're seeing play out on the streets of London today. And of course, people are separately frustrated that they can no longer protest and voice their objections. That's become a real issue here. But as I say, in April, we will see a further lifting of lockdown restrictions in the UK. That includes restrictions on hospitality and shops. They'll be allowed to reopen. So hopefully some of that anger will dissipate as things become easier here.
Let's hope. Kitty Logan live in London for us. Kitty, thanks.